KJP, Karine Jean-Pierre, America's bottle brush. It's wrong to even say that this is a press conference. It's an anti-press conference because you ask her questions and she doesn't answer. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is the Doug TenNapel channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. Of course, I want to hear in the comments below, will you miss Karine Jean-Pierre? Secretly, tell me the truth deep down inside.
No one is above the law.
Fox 13 is following breaking news. President Biden has just pardoned his son Hunter.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no. And I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
Will you miss her when she's gone?
The next time that the president says he will or won't do something, why should the American people believe him?
I answered that question. I don't have anything else to add.
What is your answer?
I answered the question.
Can you explain it in a way that's understandable?
Zip. Blah, 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 blah. I answered the question. Blah, 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 blah. I answered the question. Blah, 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 blah. Zip. Zip. I already answered it. Blah, blah, blah.
I can't speak to you understanding the question or not, or my answer or not on this. I don't have anything else to say. I'm not going to relitigate this. I did that on Monday for 30 minutes. I went back and forth. I laid out. I said, please read the president's really comprehensive statement on this.
Oh, the president. I don't know if he's made a comprehensive statement in 4 years that he understands anyways. This is great because later in this interview, she will unpack it more and give a much more thorough, terrible answer. But she's trying to cut her off and get out of it. And that this journalist who's awesome will not give it up.
And I even said the last paragraph of that statement, he talks directly to the American people. And that's how I answered that question.
Can you acknowledge that it may have been a mistake by the president, you, to say multiple times unequivocally that he would not pardon his son?
The president laid out in that statement what changed.
That's a no. She will not admit anything. No, just say you're sorry, Karine. We lied.
Why his mind changed, how he wrestled with this decision. The president laid that out. I don't have anything else to add.
So that statement, he said in part, I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process and it led to a miscarriage of justice. Just to understand that sentence, I think it's important.
Yeah,
is it
sure
that the president believes in the justice system, except in some cases?
Oh, you fool. She still thinks the Democrats believe in a justice system. She goes, but however, Biden said that politics got involved. By the way, every single American, 100% of us believe in the justice system. However, we think politics of the other side get involved. So it doesn't change anything to say that. Biden either believes in the justice system or he doesn't. And what happens is when Democrats win and when they're winning and in the power position, they believe in the justice system. And when they're out of power, they don't believe in the Constitution, rule of law, any authority, manners. They don't believe in anything when they're out of power.
He believes in the justice system. He believes the facts are. Obviously, I talked about the gun charges, what legal experts have said, former prosecutors have all agreed virtually no one would be criminally prosecuted for underlying factors of Hunter's case. I talked about the gun charges, I talked about the taxes, the tax cases, and there are other factors here, what Republicans have said.
What's truly the most revolting are those two charges. Number one, that Hunter had gun charges. And this is the party that hates guns. Specifically those illegal handguns and felons owning guns and drug addicts owning guns. They ran against this. They believe in steep charges against this. And now she says all the legal experts say that no one would be charged on this. Go tell that to Daniel Penny, who was fighting for his life, barely got off on what happened to him. Number two is tax evasion, and the tax evasion for 4 years on millions of dollars, which, again, Biden and the Democrats run on. The rich don't pay their fair share. Just pay your fair share. He didn't pay a dime. Biden used to say that paying your taxes was patriotic. We just want you guys to admit that you're lying on both of those counts. Either you never believed it then, and you were lying then, or you're lying now.
As they weren't going to let up. I talked about the upcoming sentencing and what Hunter and his family have been through.
Oh, his poor family, what they've been through with that sentencing for him being guilty. Every family goes through hell when you're convicted of a crime and what you go through. Tell that to all the J6 families of their people that trespassed and got, 20 years in prison. Some of them haven't even been sentenced yet. Biden's claim was that it's the Republican administration that's going after his son. Those charges were levied by the Biden Department of Justice, not Trump, Biden. So it's his own people. And he tried blaming it on the Republicans.
I talked about the appointees by the incoming president on law enforcement positions, and he wrestled with it. He did. And I also talked about what Jim Clyburn said. So you're asking me about an apology, but Jim Clyburn said himself in a conversation that he had with the president just 2 weeks ago, the president said the president was reticent when he encouraged the president. When he himself, Jim Clyburn, encouraged the president to move forward with it, Congressman Clyburn, the president, responded to him by saying he was reticent.
She's hiding behind Clyburn. By the way, he was only hesitant because he knew how bad the decision was, that it would have absolute fallout. He knew it was wrong to do also. That's why Biden was reticent.
And so this was not an easy decision. It wasn't. It wasn't an easy decision. It was a lot of circumstances here. And we can't pass over what legal experts.
If that's how you're going to act when a Republican gets into power, suddenly it means you can take in politics and remove norms. The next time you guys get into power, you're saying that we shouldn't believe in the rule of law. We shouldn't believe in justice. And before, you persecuted us for 4 years when you were in power. This goes back to my whole play on the Democrats, how they're playing this. They believe in a two-tiered system of justice, and this is just a continuation of that. No justice for Hunter Biden, but if this was Donald Trump Jr. with the same count, he'd be in prison for life.
And former U.S. attorneys have said on this, and across the country, they've all basically agreed, virtually, no one would be criminally prosecuted with felony offenses with these facts.
Again, that's an appeal to experts. The experts said, all the expert attorneys all agree. I don't care what the experts say. And the idea that they're all united on this, when 60% of America have been polled and said this is wrong, it cuts so deep into Democrat territory, even they're going like, this was a big mistake. Biden really screwed up and left us holding the bag.
And, I just don't have anything beyond that to add or to say. I've laid out our thought process. The president has laid out his thought process. And we've talked about the case. We've talked about his thinking. And I just don't have anything beyond that.
Blah, 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 blah. After she went ahead and unpacked it for us, she said, I don't have anything beyond that. And then she sat there and spent the last 10 minutes saying more beyond that. More BS. Will you miss her? This is terrible. She's easily the worst press secretary in American history. What a degradation of the office. Thank God when they're gone. I'm Doug in Exile.